art or add to your wrestling collection. And hey, tell them MLJ sent you. The Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore, the main event of wrestling collectibles.
Hello, ladies. The Big Valboski here, and you're listening to Damage 365 Radio.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're just waiting on our guests to give us a call. They're having some phone issues. Always has some kind of technical difficulties when it comes to trying to give us a call in with the studio line. So one great thing about redoing the entire studio from the ground up is that everything will be fresh and new, including the wiring and the switchboards and pretty much everything that we got going on here, and all the workstations and mics and headphones, and everything's still wrapped up in plastic and waiting for us to, actually waiting for me to stop procrastinating and finish up the work. So we're waiting momentarily for them to give us a call, or maybe I have no idea. So let's give them a couple of minutes to attempt to call in. But we'll start with round one of our tournament for the greatest tag teams of all time, and round number one, bracket number one, saw a crazy match right off the bat. King Kong Bundy and Big John Studd took on APA, the combination of Ron Simmons and JBL. And in that match, it saw King Kong Bundy and Big John Studd victorious. And they automatically moved on to the next round, and they'll be weighted by the Dark Patriot and Eddie Gilbert. So, with that said, we got one match in, and we'll be joined by our guests for today from Emerge Wrestling, Dave Dynasty and Donnie Idol. Are you guys on the line with me?
Yeah, that's a Dynasty.
We're here. You're both here today, all right. I'm glad we were able to work out the technical difficulties.
Yeah.
All right, so I read the match results that you guys sent me from Saturday night's card, which was, I'm just going to bring that up real quick. That was Redemption. I apologize to our fans and your fans if I butchered anybody's names. I'm not familiar with all you guys just yet. Hopefully that will change. But I'm assuming that the tag team combination of Yukon Mike and Morris, they went in as champions?
Yes, they did, yeah. They were the defending champions.
Okay, so they're the defending champions, and they left as remaining champions. Now, the Outbreak title, who was the champion going in?
Ace Perry was.
Ace Perry, so Ace Perry did not... All right. So he lost his title to Jeremy Hadley. And
yep, that's correct.
The heavyweight championship, was that vacant, or did the Mastodon have that?
No, yeah, JD had it, and Donnie beat him in the TLC match for it.
Very nice. I did see some video from that. A little hard from my angle, but I did see somebody get put through a table. Did not look pleasant at all. So,
he probably asked Donnie. He probably didn't feel pleasant either.
Probably still picking.
Yeah, it was. Those tables. It wasn't a whole lot of good, so it was no joke.
Still pulling splinters out of his rear. So those types of matches are, obviously, they're dangerous to the competitors, and sometimes they get a little dangerous for the crowd if the tables are too close. But if you walk out of a tables, ladders, not even so much ladders. I mean, just the tables itself. If you walk out of a table match with your hand held high, you know you won that. I mean, you earned that win, because win or lose, you're probably going to go through a table unless it's, was it you go through the table, the match ends, or you just allowed to use the tables?
What was that?
I said, was the stipulations if you went through the table, the match was over, or you just got to use the table?
No, it was just your typical TLC match. All things were legal. Tables, ladders, and chairs were legal, but you had to climb the ladder to get the belt above the ring, just like your typical TLC match.
Okay, so all the stipulations were just you can use anything at your dispose.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
That must
and that's exactly what we did.
Like I said, I only saw the one video, and I was like, "Woof!" I was like, "That was some serious impact." I'm glad I was not on either end, or even the referee bounced about 3 feet in the air, so that's some serious impact. Now, as champion, Donnie, let's focus on you for a second. Now, does J.D. Mariani have a rematch in a clause in his contract, or do you have your eyes set on somebody else?
Here's the thing. I don't necessarily know what JD had in his contract, but I know that as a merch champion, I'm going to be a fighting champion. I'm not going to back down from anybody, and I'm willing to take on any comers at any time. Okay,
that's definitely commendable. Dave, you're more the guy that's behind the scenes, taking care of. I'm sure like these contracts and the matches and the cards and sponsorship and all this fun stuff.
Yeah.
Now, how did I don't want to say how did emerge, but how did emerge? Like when did it start and how, where is it? How long has emerge been around? Let's start there.
Well, we ran our first show just in January. Just the last night's show was Emerge because I think we just made it a half year.
Okay.
All the behind the scenes stuff and everything else started last year, probably about mid-year in preparation, and it basically just all kind of arose from more or less from a stale product here in Indiana. I go to a lot of wrestling. I'm a big fan, a big supporter of the independent wrestling, and everywhere I went in Indiana, all the shows, it seemed like it just felt like it was the same show everywhere. Same guys, same matches, same old tired stuff.
Right.
And I, talking with people and people I knew and online, social media, everybody said, I wish there was something else. I wish there was, options, something different, something newer. And I had experience. I'm a former wrestler. I promoted some shows 10 years or so back, and I kind of decided, that we needed, why not? Why isn't there not an option? And contacted some guys. First two guys I contacted when I had, we started Small Warren with Donnie Idol and Ricky Ruckus. I knew if this was going to go forward, those were two guys I wanted on board. And when they were all for it, they jumped at it, and things just kind of, snowballed from there.
All right, so you tired of the same cookie cutter wrestling events, and you wanted something new and fresh, and that's definitely again commendable, because people kind of get stuck in that rut of the same old, and it's kind of like WWE now. It's the same old. Watch it, because if you don't have a choice, take it or leave it. But you decided you wanted to change things, and so now, how do you feel 6 months later, where you started and where you are now? How you feel like, have you elevated? Are you where you want to be at 6 months? Are you ahead of the game? What do you feel you are now?
Yeah, I think actually I feel like I think we're a little ahead of the game. We expected success. We weren't going to accept any less. We worked very hard at promoting, at getting the word out there, of utilizing social media, word of mouth, and doing the legwork. But just right out of the gate, every show has been 300 plus in attendance. I think 3 of the shows have exceeded 400.
Nice.
So I think we're even a little ahead of what we wanted. what we expected, and which is good. But that just means that it just makes us all the more determined to dig in and elevate it even further. We have a free show coming up in August here it's in Columbus, Indiana, and we kind of set the bar high because we figure, well, if we can draw 400 to a paid show, we should be able to draw 1,000 to a free one. So
okay.
So there's no rest. It just makes us, the success just fuels the drive even more.
Absolutely. Now, do you guys plan on bringing in a female wrestling division?
We do. We do plan to mix in some females. It's one of those things we didn't want to throw everything out at once. We figured, that as we unveil things, it's part of the growth process. But when we did it, we wanted to make sure that our female division had the same standards, the same quality and expectations as the guys do. So we want to make sure it's the right people, the right matches, and we want to make sure that if we do it and we do it regularly, we don't have that stale product in our female division. It's not the same matches every month.
Okay.
And that we can give a good mix and do the right thing with it. So it's something we always are discussing, and it is progressing. We just we don't really have a timetable yet, but we feel like we're getting to that point where we will start unveiling some of that.
Now, you guys are drawing 300-400 people, and you're not even bringing in outside former mainstream talent.
Nope, it's been all local. We just last night we brought in the first guy we brought in. Last night we had Owen Travers in from North Carolina, who has worked some Ring of Honor shows.
Okay.
And we've not brought in any names, any former Fed guys, anything like that. This is all local homegrown things. That was part of the deal when we started. There was a lot of talent out there that wasn't getting the opportunity. And those are the guys that we built this thing around. Guys like Donnie and Ruckus and the Eighth Berries and Joe Pittmans and guys that are right here in Indiana and in the Midwest. And we knew given the shot they could shine. And that's what we did.
Now, is this something in the future you might look into, or bringing in some outside former mainstream talent, maybe to improve the attendance, or just maybe bring in that one particular talent that can, at the same time, not only be there for fans but help But then in the following day, he was doing a seminar working with all the wrestlers, so you kind of got the best of both worlds.
Yes, again, those are the best. We've touched base and made contact with a lot of guys, put feelers out there, told them, hey, we're growing. This is what we're looking ahead to. We just want to put our name in your ear and let you know that, you'll be hearing from us down the road. So, and we've also, vice versa, we've heard from a lot of guys, a lot of agents, and booking guys that have, said, hey, we've heard the buzz on you, and, our guy would be interested in doing some business. And those are kinds of things that, as of right now, we discussed for, like you said, for kind of key shows, anniversary type shows, things like that, to give us a little boost, a little special attraction on those shows. That's all coming. That's all, being discussed, and it's just, when the timing's right, when we feel like it's right to pull the trigger on that, it'll definitely happen.
Now, your talent that you have, are they exclusive to you, or do they wrestle all around Indiana?
We have a mix. We don't sit down and say, hey, it's us or no, or nobody.
Right.
Donnie and Ricky are pretty exclusive to us. They don't really work for anybody else. They've given everything they've got to us, and they're part of the team, and they do a lot of the promoting, a lot of these kind of appearances, and then they stay busy with that. We have a few other guys that just work for us. But then, the other guys, they work for other promotions throughout the Midwest, throughout, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of them, because of the quality and the production we have, a lot of them, told us that we're kind of their priority,
right?
On their list. So, but there's not really a lot of exclusives. These guys they're independent. They work where they want to work. It's business. But we feel like as long as we treat them right, we give them a good product,